Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be changing the rear brakes on a 2019 Nissan Sentra SR. Okay, so as you can see, I have the two bolts taken off. It's going to be two 14mm bolts. It's going to require a 14mm socket and a ratchet wrench. I'm going to just go ahead and remove these. It's pretty weird how the entire caliper bracket holder screws, pistons, if you will, comes out. But I guess that's just a part of the process. Here you go. Make sure they don't get too dirty also, because you're going to need those to remain lubricated for the best performance of your calipers gliding in and out. After you have the two caliper screws out, you're going to just remove it. Easy peasy. Some people prefer you use like a zip tie and tie it up to here so it doesn't, just make sure it doesn't hang or dangle, because that will cause premature damage to your caliper or your brake lines, which will cost you more repairs down the line. After that, you either get like a screwdriver and pry these out easily. One. Tight space back here. Just give it a second. All right. There you go. Two. Next up, you're going to get the new brakes out. Crack these bad boys open. Once again, make sure you have gloves for this. I know I don't have gloves, I just didn't have any on hand at the moment. And as you can see, it gets dark much earlier and I don't really have time to be running around this late at night. All right, it's only probably 5 o'clock now. You're gonna take these, slide it right in there. One, okay. Take the second one. Slide that right up in there. All right, so make sure you don't throw away your old brake pads just yet, because you're going to slap these on here. Okay, like that. Slap those in. Try to keep it in place as well for the time being. Also going to need a C-clamp. Put that there. And as said earlier in the video, this is where a zip tie will come in handy, so it'll all be held in place for you. But I got it from here. Going to tighten that. There you go. You're going to twist that in until this is almost all the way inside the piston. I'm sorry, the caliper. The object that we're pushing back in is the piston of the caliper. It's a very easy process. You see how it's just gliding back inside. Another thing to keep in mind, as you're compressing the caliper piston, if it's leaking any brake fluid, that's a problem. Make sure you get that checked out immediately, because you're obviously leaking brake fluid. Make sure not to do it too tight either, to where you're tearing the rubber boot, because that can also cause premature wear onto your brakes and caliper. All right, that's enough. Another scratch. Nice. Make sure the boot is nicely snug. Also, make sure you wash your hands really good after you're done the process with soap and water. You do not want brake dust to linger on your skin. Alrighty. And as you can see, the brake pads are snug on there. You should be able to just slide this right on, just like that. Remember these two guys? You're gonna slide these back into here. Oh, excuse me, I'll just get that one later. But yeah, here you go. Remember these guys? You're gonna put these back inside the piston bolt holders or holds. But first things first, if you had brake fluid, not brake fluid, brake lubricant that came with your pair of brakes, you're gonna wanna use that to minimize the screeching and the sounds of metal friction. Just like that. Slide that onto the things. There you go. Beautiful. Go ahead and slide that back inside. 1 second. That's after you have the caliper snugly placed back on there like that. Sorry. All right. Make sure it's lined up. Difficult, but you know, you'll get it once you play with it for a bit. There we go. Perfect. Easy as pie. Do the same thing for the second one. Make sure no dirt or dust or debris is on it. Put the brake lubricant on. The thing about this brake lube is it smears very good, like paint. Beautiful. Just like that, and you go and screw it back inside. The rest is just history. Use your socket wrench, turn it to the correct direction. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Alrighty. Oops. Come on. Try to get that seal in there. You could just like that for a bit. Might have to fight with it. Oh yeah, I didn't even need to get the ratchet on it at first, but you will need to do that just to tighten it all the way in. And once you have it tightened in with your hand, you may have an easier time with getting the ratchet around it. For example, the first time I couldn't get it on at all, but let's see if I can. There you go. Yep. Whoops. Come on, baby. There you go. Make sure it's nice and tight. Not too tight though, because this won't be the last time you'll be changing your brakes. Depending on how much you dry that is, but even then. You need to change this baby like oil sometimes. Nice and tight. Now the bottom bolt should be much easier to do since you don't have the brake fluid line in the way. Or like I said, you could just use your hand. Beautiful. Woo. Bad girl. Make sure there's a little play so that it's only as wiggly like this, because once you get inside and pump the brakes up, the caliper will extend and hold the brake pads in place so that it won't be like that. But that's normal. Last but not least, you just put the tire back on. Yeah. You're gonna tighten the first 3 ones. It's pretty chilly out here. Got the chills a bit. Slide the first 3 bolts in, lug nuts. And after that, you should have an easy time installing the rest. As the first 3 ones deliver the most tension. Just like that. 2 and 3. Boom. And you just get the nut wrench. Boom. Let me do the other 2. If you have an electric ratchet belt, it could also speed up the process. I wouldn't recommend using it to fully torque your lug nuts in though, because it will not get it fully tightened. There you go. And then you just hand tighten it the rest of the way. Always hand tighten your lug nuts. Trust me on that. And just like that, you have changed your rear brakes for your 2019 Nissan Sentra. Thank you for watching.